I have no idea how they managed to get WOW to come to Katherine.
I think for Katherine to pull off a Women of the World festival is extraordinary.
I welcome you to this great land. Today we are gathered for the first day of WOW, Women of the World. And it's the first that have been held in the Northern Territory, a small town in Katherine.
And the simplicity of the dream is this, that women and girls are allowed and helped to celebrate the amazing achievements.
Rise up, get up, right away. Rise up, get up, right away. Rise up, get up, right away. Rise up, get up now.
The other main theme that runs through WOW Katherine is of cross-cultural engagement.
So the Women in War exhibition at the back is from the ICRC, the International Committee of the Red Cross. And with that role, I'm doing a lot of work in terms of highlighting the effects that war has on women.
Rwandan women say yes to power when they stand for election. We now have 64% of parliamentarians who are women. It's the best in the world.
As a former politician and someone who was the Chief Minister of the Territory, I suppose maybe you might have an idea that I sought this job, or I actually planned to have the job of Chief Minister. And I never did. It's not a poison chalice for women to be in power. Yes, it's tough, it's exhausting, it can be exhilarating, but ultimately it's an absolute privilege.
I actually don't want to punch through that glass ceiling on my own. I want the ability to be able to bring everybody with me.
And you're sharing your stories and you're mentoring each other.
That speed mentoring session was just unbelievable.
So good.
The agricultural women of the region are wonderful ambassadors for the Territory.
At the age of 3 weeks, my mother took me up to Largemanu, where I was given a skin name, a family. I continue to go out to that cattle station and also across the border where I've just come from, the Walmajari people who work for my family as stockmen and who I now work with.
So I believe women like myself achieve extraordinary things, and they do so every day.
But I was raised with 4 sisters, and I've got a very strong mother. She said, before you go up there, I just want to leave you with one thought. She said, remember that a man is the head of a family, but the woman's the neck, and the neck directs the head. So I had to laugh about that one.
Do you feel empowered, ladies and gentlemen? Do you feel empowered? This is what we like to hear. Now, who here attended the Creole language lesson earlier? Can I have a show of hands? Anybody did? Or is that tomorrow? Today? It's too hot. It's never too hot to learn. Let that be the lesson tonight, especially in the Territory.
Your law is very complicated for my people. And over the past, we've struggled to try and cope with your law.
Over 100,000 Aboriginal girls and boys were taken, stolen from their mother's arms. We don't want our children to grow up not knowing what happened to their ancestors.
It's not about us today. It's not about us. We have to think about the future generation. And the young girls, we have to teach them, and our young boys, we have to teach them to look after themselves.
We make many, many different things out of janpi grasses, but our sculptures are imbued with jugurba. That means law and culture.
It isn't really about women. It's about the equality that all humans are entitled to have.
I love the notion of the shared presence of success, the collaborative work.
Because unless girls are flying over the moon with boys at the same time, well, A, it's not as much fun for the boys, let's face it. And B, the world can't be an equal place.
And I was really encouraged to think that the Northern Territory is a place that is cool for women.